Alrighty, hello again, folks. This is Trace Majestus, and we're back in Elite Dangerous Odyssey, and continuing with our deep space exploration trip, or at least exploring in and around the Emerald Tablet. So let's get together with the rest of the gang and get things rolling.
Oh my god, okay.
Hey guys.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey guys.
What kind of fun are we doing tonight?
Racing.
Racing? Okay.
Yeah, racing. He needs 23 and I need 24, so now it's whoever gets done first.
Celebrating rights. You remember that time I beat you so badly?
Yeah.
This might not be it.
Yeah, well, I remember that time, but you were sound asleep when it happened. Dreaming.
I like that one. I gotta remember that.
Alrighty. Let's see. That's system map. All right.
Remember last night when I said that Mr. Fufu here would never make it?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Fufu here is never going to make it. He wants to blame everything in the world except who it really belongs to.
But even if everything went as planned, I still wouldn't make it. The damn thing increased another
Retract landing gear.
60 tons.
Landing gear retract.
That's
2 hours work.
Yeah. And you were so lackadaisical at the beginning of this, Philip, that there was no way you were going to make it. You lost it in the first day.
4, 3, 2.
If you had been
And
able
then
to
it
put...
went downhill from that. You were
Yep.
45 minutes late because you had to go to Target or Walmart or someplace, and then the next day you spent I guess 30 minutes late, and the next day you're 45 minutes late because you were sitting in a station and then watching Trace's stream.
You know, if you're going to do these CGs, you have to commit to the CG. Otherwise, the people who are committing to the CG are just going to, you know, beat the living tar out of you. Yeah, it's like, you know, what do you expect's going to happen? It's not, you know, it's an MMO. I mean, if people, you know, and there are people who commit to the CGs. And if you're just going to kind of flutter around on the CG and not, you know, give it your full commitment, well, what you put into it is what you get out of it. If you're going to put not much in it, you're going to get not much out of it.
But I do not want to hear him later on gripe because he likes a couple of $1 billion having enough for a carrier, because he could have had it right here in this CG.
Yep. It's not like the CG was actually a difficult thing to do. It's, you just had to put the time in and do it. So the only place you can look for a, you know, not unable to perform is right in the mirror.
Welcome.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's the latest?
The latest is you better get your ass gear.
Here where?
Not here, in gear.
Oh, I'm both of those things. Depending on where here is. I'm in gear though, girl. I'm in gear.
Racing to the finish line on this CG.
Where are you at?
Same place I've been all 7 days or 6 days.
Well, I'm sitting on the good ship Aurora as we speak.
And then you're in the same system I am.
Well, I had a hell of a time getting on. I had to. Frontier wouldn't let me in, and had to reauthorize, and I'm still waiting on an email. And
When you get that thing for reauthorization, All you got to do is sign completely out of your computer, shut
Yeah,
your
that's what I
computer
did.
off,
Yeah,
and
that's
bring
what I
it
did.
back up.
Yeah.
And you don't have to ask or wait for the damn email.
Yeah, I'm in now. So, yeah, that's what I did. Shut it all down. Start again.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
One biological, and it's just about everywhere. Guess what type it is?
Bacterial.
Of course. Why?
But
I'm
you'll
watching
have
this.
the occasional one geo or bio on a planet that won't be bacterial.
Yep. But I'm doing
Just
icy
fine.
planets, so.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't really pay attention, but I believe there was some that I did that was icy that just didn't have just bacteria.
Oh, okay. Well, not in this system.
I understand.
Orbital flight engaged.
Oh, that's not. No. Less steep, please. Ba-da-da-ba-ba.
If you're gonna sing, I gotta turn you down.
Yeah, the chorus in high school wish they could turn me down.
That ain't what I meant. Your talking voice is different than your singing voice.
Oh, okay.
And I got it to where I can hear you. And then when you go singing, it's like.
It blows your eardrums out. Okay, yeah. I believe that.
Found the spot. I'm a few feet more
You've wasted 20 minutes trying to find a freaking little place to land.
better than earlier this morning where it took me 2 hours and it wouldn't let me land.
That's because the pilot wasn't smarter than the ship.
Because if the game doesn't want you to do something, you're not going to do it.
I don't know.
Lynn, you never had any luck with the fluchettes?
Besides getting car sick, no.
No, I'm watching this, ghost giraffe. He's doing it right now.
Well, that's wonderful.
Deploy landing gear.
It's
Is he
interesting.
now?
Landing gear deployed.
Yeah, he's not upside down.
Well, first of all,
Landing
saying
gear
you're watching
deployed.
somebody do it is wonderful. But the deal is I need to know what the gravity is on the planet he's at, where he's at. Is it a vertical site? Is it a thargoid
0.57.
structure site? You know.
Yeah. I just wondered if you'd seen it or not.
No, I haven't seen giraffe.
First.
And another thing, how old is the video? Because
4
what
hours.
worked 3 hours ago, or 3 years ago,
4
doesn't
hours.
work. Okay. Because what
9.
worked 3 years
excuse me,
ago doesn't work
9
now.
hours. Oh yeah, I realized. 9 hours.
Lime.
And if you don't believe me, look in the chat. There's 2 videos there that Cam posted about fighting thargoids that was posted like 3 or 4 years ago. Well, he went
Oh.
out and tried the same thing they did. Guess
Oh,
what?
It didn't
It
work.
don't work nowadays.
oh, I believe
Inertia,
it.
everything is different.
Yeah.
Retract landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
And he liked to got his butt handed to him not once but 3 times.
Slightly.
But I think the gravity on this planet here is just a little bit too heavy. It's like 0.15 or 1
Deploy landing gear.
And I
Well,
think
he's
it's too
at
heavy.
he's at 224 meters,
Mhm.
and he's at 0.57. Oh, my mistake. 0.06 gravity.
Okay.
606.
He's probably in hip 17 something. Is it a barnacle site or a structure?
A barnacle site.
Okay. So he's probably in hip 17 something. After the CG, I intend to go practice.
Oh,
But
okay.
trying to learn something new and participate in a CG ain't gonna
Oh,
cut it.
oh no, not a good idea.
Well, I thought I
found a
saw
few
one.
with low gravity. I went through the database.
He's at hip 16171.
Well, I had part of the number right.
Just in case you wonder, you're curious. That's all.
Yeah, he's at the same place that the bird pit's at. Which is, I think, 349 light years from where we're at right now.
I know he said it's like 96,000 light seconds
Yeah.
out from his carrier.
Well, then, see, he's foolish. I'd have jumped my carrier down there to it. Because every time you unload your ship, you gotta drive 96,000 light seconds back.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, and you want to know a good one, Trace?
What's that?
You remember how Philip was having trouble with his flight assist a couple of days ago?
Mm-hmm.
That his flight assist got turned off or on or whatever it was, and he couldn't fly his ship. He couldn't figure out what was wrong with his ship.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing happened today, and he couldn't figure it out. Guess what he did? Since he couldn't figure out what was wrong with his ship, he self-destructed it so he'd end up back at the station from out here.
Oh boy. Retract landing gear.
Landing gear. Landing gear retracted.
And I told him to go in there, find a hotkey, and turn it off. And he's like, well, I needed to know how to use it during thyroids. It's like, okay.
Don't think that's one.
So Draft is doing it, right?
Yep.
And how many tons has he collected, and how long has he been collecting?
I don't know. I just turned it on.
Oh, okay.
Might watch it after our stream.
Huh?
But I might watch it after this stream. Twice this
Yeah.
stream.
He's doing it in a cutter.
There was a long time ago when I was first doing this shit, and I was somewhere off exploring, and
Deploy
I had
landing gear.
limpets, and
Landing gear deployed.
there was a planet I went to that had some containers, or canisters, I should say, and they were up in the mountains, and I did use limpets to pick up them the canisters without having to land. But that was about the only time I ever tried it, the only time I ever had anything like that succeed. And since, I mean, the Guardian relics, if you got a low thing, they're kind of sitting up off the ground on them rocks. And you can pretty well supposedly pick them up because they're up off the ground. But I don't know. I tried it at 173 or 175 at a minus 55-degree angle, and it didn't work worth crap. And I tried upside down on the side, about any way you could figure it. I tried it at 400, and I didn't have no luck. I mean, I played with it. I had 64 collector limpets, and I tried for.
System map.
I had 24 left when I finally said, you know what, bring it on it. I know I can do 100 in an hour in
Retract
30
landing gear.
minutes.
Landing gear retracted.
And doing it on the ground has got me in the top 10%, so it can't be too bad.
Engage.
Preparing for war.
And once I got the angry wombat in gear, hell, he even made it to 10%.
Hungry Wombat.
Yeah, that's your new name. How many you got to go?
We're going to do 19 more runs.
What? I thought you said you only had 23 to go.
Yep.
You were talking about runs, wasn't you?
Yep.
Oh, I
That,
was talking about metal alloys.
yeah.
I'm
You've
down
got
to.
this
I
too.
just need 10 more, which is a run and a half.
Oh, I thought you were talking. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to beat me on this one.
Oh man, and I'm not dreaming.
How much
I'm
have you
wide
heard?
awake.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I thought, oh, gee, you know, make a race out of it.
Wow.
I think you're going to have to step it up a bit there.
I think I
There's
need to
no
hack a
way, James.
computer to fix that.
I would have to absolutely stop and park on top of the rosette here, kick back and drink at least 2 cups of coffee, and eat a ice cream sandwich
You
and
would
and
still be
and gripe at Philip for an hour before he could catch me.
I was hoping to get this done by the end of the stream. But I thought, oh yeah, we'll do it all the way through the stream. I'll race you.
Well, I could still race you.
Yeah,
I thought
race
you
you.
only.
I win.
Well, see, I said I had 24 to go. Well, that was 24 metal alloys. You said you had 23. I thought you meant you had 23 metal alloys to go, but you meant 23 more turns.
Yeah.
Well,
Prince.
that's bad. That's bad. But like I said, I'm just glad I don't have to stop and repair the SRV and change the tires and put grease in the rear end, which it sounds like it sure does need some. But
Okay, 1,153 tons of the top 10%.
Hell, I could almost. Uh-oh. Black mob adder.
Yeah, that wasn't me. I didn't phone up FDev and ask them to do that so I can win.
Well, I'm going to be outside of the damn complex because I was in my SRV. Thank you a lot, Elaine, but that's all right.
Surface scan complete.
I was only working on my 400 ton today, so you know.
System map.
Oh, and the game don't want to load. I'll be right back. I'm going for
There
coffee.
we go. Perfect distance.
I'm going to catch up now.
Wing and a prayer, wing and a prayer. Except no one's listening to the prayer.
Play harder then.
Well, that's interesting. What has that going? That's not good.
What?
Oh, my webcam decided to turn itself on. There.
Maybe they're just checking up on you and see what the hell you're doing.
Well, it locked up though. You know, I rebooted my computer. When it came back on, it was
Did you crash?
before I came on tonight, I crashed.
Oh, okay.
So let's sit out of that now that's all set up.
Or at least
I
the
can't-
webcam driver crashed.
Yeah. I can't bitch, man. I've run 400 tons. Well, 6 away from having 400 tons, and this is the first crash.
Mm.
Hey, that's good.
Yeah. But I also know better. At 3:30, 4 o'clock, Steam always does an update.
Mm.
And I always try to, sometime between 3:30 and 6, turn it off, relog,
Yeah.
let it update. But I didn't today.
Oops. Let's not do a loop of shame, please.
So you're still on the same system, Trace?
I got one planet to scan, and then one to scan and land on, and maybe it'll have bacteria that I gotta hunt. But you know, I already scanned 2 planets and walked around on one to get bacteria. So
Yep.
this third and fourth planets coming up, and then I'll be on to the next system.
Well, I know when I turn this load in at 400, if I don't do 500, it'll put me making 4 billion credits for this CG.
Wow, that's nuts.
7 days. Well, less than 7 days.
Hmm.
Because I didn't start on this CG till like 4 o'clock on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
Scarlet Crate. I guess we're gonna go just crash, crash, crash.
That's not good.
The client crashed before when I tried logging into the launcher.
Surface
Team WhatsApp in some kind of issue
Surface
before.
scan complete.
This is elite.
Yes.
Yeah, it took me a couple of tries, Phil.
Yeah, if you come on Steam anytime around 3:30, 4 o'clock Central Time, they do their daily updates. And if you catch it just right, yeah, it'll say, oh, what is it? Verify your login
Yeah.
password and everything by an email. But if you'll just sign all the way out, turn your computer off, and restart it, it usually wipes that out, and you can go right in.
All the cookies talking to each other.
I clean mine every night. But hey, we're getting close. They said in the next 2 weeks, they're going to do update 12, so I'm sure they're fiddling with stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It
Probably.
happens. It always happens before a hot patch.
Yep.
Ooh, daylight. That's nice.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, James, you might catch me.
How
Oh,
so?
I doubt it.
Well, I can't get back in the game, it seems like.
Oh, okay. I told you I didn't ring FDev up and ask them to.
Surface
I
scan
bet you did.
Yeah.
50%.
I bet you
Connect-
did.
Scan
Got
complete.
some connections.
Now's your chance.
You better get it while the getting good, because the
System
getting's
map.
getting ready to be tough on you.
That's right.
I'm back in the game now. I gotta wait till I can call my ship back.
All right. No biologicals, so we just got to land and get first footfall. And figure out what system we're going to next.
Orbital flight engaged.
Well, not notice it. My ship turned its hind end to me so I could get in.
Okay. Confirmed now.
Deploy landing gear.
Landing gear deployed.
Landing gear deployed.
Well, I only need 7 to have a full cargo. Of course it crashed me when I only needed 7.
Of course.
That's tons, not runs.
System map.
Huh?
And that's tons, not runs.
That's tons, not runs. Yes. I don't know why we didn't clarify that a little bit better, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, maybe I'll drive around on this planet a little bit, get some materials.
Low gravity warning. Ship dismissed.
First things first, step out, get first footfall.
Warning. Extremely low temperature detected.
There it is.
Very funny, universe.
All right, let's run around and see if we can get some.
Why are you paying attention to his stream and not collecting metal alloys?
Huh? I am.
Huh?
I'm not talking about his stream. I am collecting alloys.
What was you talking about? Very funny universe then.
Because I was able to land pretty perfectly. This time.
Even a broke clock is wrong twice a day. Or right twice a day, I should say.
Unless it's digital, because with computers you can really mess things up.
Well, that's true too. An old-fashioned
Then it's 12 o'clock all day long.
Well, it's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Well,
That's when you take and move the hands to 5 o'clock, and that way you got it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
I'm just waiting for the crashes to start.
Well, that's not gonna cover your ass because we already know why you're so far behind.
No, I know. Now it's just whatever I get is just credits. It doesn't do anything to the CG. But because it's credits, it still benefits me somehow.
Hate it that it crashed. Means I have to relog one more time for one metal alloy to have 100.
Oh god.
Come on, FDev, help me out.
Now, no ill-wishing other commanders. That's not polite.
See now,
Oh, it's friendly banter. Friendly banter.
it's only one Lenine now, so if she needed to, she could just get on her SRV and just drive all the way out there to pick one up and still beat you.
Selenium.
Cargo scoop deployed.
Actually, if I wanted to drive up on the other side, up on the hill, I could probably get it. But
Selenium is full. Okay. System map.
Cargo scoop retracted.
What else is here? I have cadmium and tellurium here. Those are the two I can get. Okay.
Tellurium's pretty good, isn't it? That's a higher rank one.
Yeah. A bunch of the systems out here have had tellurium-rich planets.
Oh wow.
Rich being 0.9%.
Oh.
go? It was right here. Ah, there it is. Alright, anything good on this one? Oh, there's a cadmium. Cadmium's the only one I need here. Alright.
Cargo scoop deployed.
I'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Alrighty.
Iron, sulfur, tin. No. Alright. That's not going to have any good stuff. Alright, I'll just go running this direction for a little bit, see if we get anything. Bronzite, chondrite. Probably not going to have anything I need, but we'll shoot it anyway. Phosphorus, tin, and carbon. Yeah, nothing good. Or at least nothing I need at the moment. Oops. Another bronzite, chondrite. Come on, give me something different.
Be a buzzkill, but shouldn't you be just getting discoveries to fund your tritium habit?
I actually
You
have.
realize he's still got another 30 days to go before he removes that carrier.
Yeah, I know.
Not only that, but I already have enough money.
Yeah, but don't you want even more to mitigate? I thought that's what the whole exploration was for.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's materials here that I need to get, so I might as well grab them while I'm here.
Okay.
Oh, the next time he wants to engineer something, he'll be, I gotta go gather material first.
I never, or as rarely as possible, Philip, do I just work on a single thing.
Hmm.
Selenium. Oh wait, my selenium is full. Okay.
That's a good example.
Yeah. Oh, wipe out. It's nice to have a big, mostly flat area to drive around. Ooh, there's what I want. Or at least one of the types that helps. Ooh, jump that rough spot. Alright, get back turned around. Da-da-da-da-da. Mesosiderite. There you are. Oh, there's a couple of them over here. Cool. Oops. That came up on me quick. Alright, what did it give me? Arsenic, selenium, carbon, iron, nickel.
Arsenic is rare.
My belly's full of arsenic. I don't need any more.
Oh, really?
I only need a couple of different, let's see. I need cadmium, niobium, tellurium, and tungsten, and that's it.
Oh, okay. I'm surprised you're not full on opium.
I used it. I was full on it. At one point, I was full on every material. Alright, what do we got here? Carbon, zirconium, and cadmium. Well, I need cadmium. How much cadmium do I need? That'll get me to 190 out of 200, so I need a couple more. Get out of this rough stuff. Get back to where I can cruise around on the plains. Oh, it's getting a little rough over here. Alright. Well, if it continues to get rougher, I'll just call my ship and go to the next system. Oh, I'm coming into a crater. Arr. Let's go down to the crater. Why not? At least I think it's a crater. Hard to tell. Well, this is a reasonably flat place up here. Let's go along for a bit and see if something pops up. This planet has actually been reasonably productive. I've gotten a few things I need. No, 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 don't. That was not the right control. Kicked it into a barrel roll because I pressed the foot pedal.
Hey James, I'm back on my carrier. How soon you gonna be ready to jump?
Probably an hour.
Oh, good God.
Well, you might as well jump there, unload, and come back.
Well, if you want to go, you can. You don't have to wait.
Okay.
I don't know if you want to go with you or just everybody. You there, Hank?
Yeah, yes I am, barely. What's up? What
Is
I
it
meant.
better for you to jump with Lynn now, or
Or in an hour or two.
Hang on. Just check my inventory. But more than likely an hour or two.
okay?
Oh yeah, I got another
Yeah.
60, 70 I'd like to get. So yeah, that'd be great. You're gonna if you give me an hour or two, that'd be wonderful.
Or at least an hour.
Yeah, well, whatever I can get. I, if I had to go now, I would go now. If I don't, it's just straight.
Well, the CG ends in 5 hours, 3 minutes.
Yeah, I just checked that.
Now, what was you saying, Philip?
How many runs does he have left? But that was before he said how many actual alloys he needed, so it doesn't matter now.
And just divide that by 6 and you get the number.
Yeah.
All sorts of bronzite contracts.
Of course not.
Sulfur, pure sulfur. Arsenic, iron, phosphorus. There's another one there. Sulfur, arsenic, sulfur, phosphorus. Okay, heck with it. Not showing any more good stuff, so let's pull the ship down and go to another system. Oh, it's way over there. Come back here! Why are you landing up on those rocks? You could land down here in this nice flat spot.
Welcome to my world.
Get out, look at it, and point to the ground where you want it to land. Over there. Right there. That's where I want you.
Why doesn't that work in the CG?
They're not allowed to park. The AI is not allowed to park in this circle anyway.
All Alrighty. We will get out
Oh,
of.
it went up 10 tons there. It's 1,161 now.
I will now get out of my SRV, move my ship.
It's the only good thing about Odyssey.
It's
You could get out and move it. Before you'd have to,
Yeah.
have to dismiss it. Yeah.
yeah.
Dismiss it, drive for Lord knows how long, then try recalling again.
When I drop this off, it'll be 2,100 tons in the CG.
Yeah. There's no chance you're not going to get that A.
There could be. There could be, because like I keep telling you, Inara is only registering the people who are signed up with Inara. There's people out there who's not signed up with Inara participating in this thing. Plus, you have many commanders that when the CG first started, instead of taking time to run over here to the CG and sign up for it, they went right out to the sites and started mining metal alloys, and they haven't even signed up yet.
Yeah. But do you think it's 1,000 points off?
Could be. Well, it depends.
We've
I mean,
had 5,000 commanders participate in CGs, and all we got right now is 2,100.
Yep.
Yeah, it's plausible.
yeah,
that
somebody.
seems kind of low, doesn't it?
Yeah, somebody could show up with a carrier and in the space of about
Right.
20 minutes drop, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 tons.
Like the Vanguard, when they carry a carrier, it usually has 200 ships on board. That means 200 commanders.
Is that the Burpic guys?
No, it's Vanguard.
Yeah.
Galaxy
That's
map.
it. Emancipated
Galaxy map,
Penguin or Immaculate Penguin or
Yeah.
he belongs to the faction called the Vanguards.
Retract landing gear.
Landing gear retracted.
Well, like I said, it wouldn't be the first time that I've been beat out of a CG by 1 ton. But I have got top 10 commander 4 different times.
Yep.
But you better be willing to put in the time and the grind. Oh my.
And that's just a really crappy CG that no one wants to do anyway.
What do meta alloys normally go for? About like when the
100,000.
oh yeah, like when the CG's over.
To 150.
About 195 is what market value is.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Mhm.
oh, I might just hang around.
Not paying no 1,500,000 for it.
Nah, no,
Yeah.
no.
See, the one that
After
the
all
one,
this, I think I need some mining to relax.
see the one that we were delivering tritium, aluminum, power generators, and computer components.
Yeah.
It had 4,795 people participating.
I was one of.
If it was in McDonald's, I'm sure I was.
Engage.
No, it was Stillman.
Charging FTL.
Why didn't I participate in that? Oh, it was for the paint jobs. Yeah, that's the reason why I didn't participate. And then you had the one at Bacon Port to hand in bounty vouchers. There was over 6,040 participated in that.
No.
And then the one for Alcor, the McDonald's settlement, there was 8,599.
Damn.
So
that
yeah,
that one
there
went for
could
a
be
month, more or less.
they could be. There's no telling how many commanders that haven't signed up for this thing yet.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a lot more than whatever I know it says.
Fuel swapping complete.
Hopefully they don't cut it too fine.
Well, the in-game number says only 2,000 or something, or at least that's what it said a few hours ago.
Hey, look.
So I imagine
nice.
the in-game numbers are at least correct.
You guys got 4 hours and 53 minutes.
So
Now don't do like Cam
Way
did. He pushed it right to the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, I don't.
I'll probably play until midnight.
Chris, how dicey do you want to play it?
You mean
I mean,
James?
James. Sorry.
I'd probably want to jump an hour before it finishes, just to make
Alright.
sure I get there.
I'm
Well,
with you.
there's a lot more time. It's not finishing anytime soon.
It's finishing it in less than 4 hours, Philip.
Yes, I know. You don't have to dump it all off now. I mean,
You play the game you want to.
I'm going to dump it off in like at midnight, which is 2 hours shy of closing.
Let's see, what is it right now for you guys? 20 after 9?
Yep.
Then you're going to be late.
How so?
Because there's
Because
only
you-
4 hours and 53 minutes left in the CG.
Yeah. Yeah. And midnight is before that, isn't it?
Not here it ain't. The CG ends at midnight for me.
On the
For
East
you.
Coast?
I'm not
No.
on the East Coast.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right, Phil. It's 1:30, I think. 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock.
Yeah, it's 2 o'clock Eastern time.
Yeah.
Well, you do that. And then, if something happens, and the game crashes, and the servers go down,
Find my mouse.
System map.
you sit there with your load of metal alloys on.
Well, I would hope they could get the service back up in 2 hours. Jeez.
We have been down as much as 2 hours waiting for the game to come back up because the servers went down. Luckily, we wasn't in a CG.
Water World.
Another footnote to this horrible day of mine. It's all good.
But which is it?
It's all brought on by the
Is
pilot.
Is it horrible or all good?
Well, it's all good
Kind of
that
both
it's
ends,
horrible.
both sides of the coin on that statement.
Welcome to Philip.
If Phillips were, he's kind of like following, what is it? Not Charlie Brown. What
Maybe
is
he's
it?
playing
Which
the
one of the
dice.
peanuts always has bad luck? Is it Linus?
It's Charlie Brown. Yeah, it is Charlie.
If it wasn't for bad luck, he'd have no luck at all.
Yeah, well, get out of my way.
If you ask for the universe to kick you in the
You're gonna get
behind,
some
it
hot
will.
These all know it's coming this time.
No? Because you'll be looking over there and it'll happen. You'll say, well, what happened? But it's just like when we were fighting the Thargoid scouts and stuff. We were getting purple pythons, blue cobras, black screens. But that, I mean, it did slow us down, but it didn't stop us. We kept going back in, going back in, and going back in. If you give up because of a little
System
bit
map.
of inconvenience and bad luck, you're not going to be very good at this game.
Do, 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 do. Ra-da-da-la-la-da-da. I got a water world. I got a water world.
Nice. Terraformable?
I don't think so. And I wasn't the first.
Oh, it would have been a mill if,
It still is.
even if it's the.
Waterworld page is about 3 million.
Oh, okay.
If
Even
it's
if it had already.
terraformable, it's about 6.
Okay.
No, crank to 200 tons.
Water, let's see. $3,249,000, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Terraformable is twice that price.
So basically, I made enough in that planet for
For a bunch of pretty handful.
Yep,
10, 20 tons.
10 to 20
30.
tons. Yeah.
Depending on how much they charging you.
I believe they're going to charge me.
100.
I believe they're charging me 100K a ton.
Yeah.
Okay, 30 tons. A little over 30. Plus, it also goes on his, what? His Explorer rank.
Yep.
What rank are you already, Trace? Are you in the Elite Pluses yet?
No, just regular elite.
Oh, okay. Did hit Elite finally on my trade. From the
Good
CC.
for you.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Good.
Surface scan complete.
System map. System map.
Now, I wonder if it's going to black adder me when I jump into this system. It seems to like to black adder you every time you jump into it.
With the CG system?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Because there's so many people jumping in and out of there.
And carriers.
And carriers.
Makes sense.
You ought to have a carrier maid who goes around and says, you can only park in this system for 2 hours.
They should have
You're
paid
clear for
paid meter
CG
spots.
to be 2 hours.
Have something that, on certain systems randomly punts you out into a nearby system every 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, otherwise you get important systems where people just sit there for days on end.
Well, we're not. Yep. What did I tell you? Blackout.
Yeah. Well, people have abandoned carriers right next to the carrier vendors.
Yeah.
If we're not using our carriers sit in a system wherever we happen to be at. Usually we don't make it a populated system, usually.
Well, yeah, you're courteous.
Yeah.
Now, Iabulu, or no, not Iabulu, Macra, I
Makua,
kept my
yeah.
carrier there because I was buying tritium from the miners.
Yep.
And the only time I moved it is when it was full.
Yeah, but you did move it, so.
Yeah. Moved it to sell the tritium, or the platinum.
And moved it right back.
Yeah.
Nice passive income there.
It was. Got me to Elite 5 trade in a heartbeat.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't make no billions off of it, but you made enough to pay your carrier upkeep.
Mm.
Yep.
And then a few million on the side. I think you could, when you got done, you could pay almost a month for the carrier upkeep.
That's not bad at all.
No.
It's pretty darn good for not having to do a heck of a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just jump your carrier and unload it.
Yeah. Gonna get a bunch of first scans out of this system.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
System map.
Since you're out there and you're just pacifying yourself with doing that stuff, you might want to check in the codex to look to see if you can find some high-priced bios that's out there that somebody may have discovered but needs to be confirmed.
Hmm. That's a pretty good idea. Maybe I'll do that after I finish this system.
You do know kind of how to do that, right?
Well, after I finish this system, I'll see if I can figure it out. I imagine it's not too hard.
Well, you have to click on the region you're at.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then you got it.
You go into the region, you go select bios, and then you just piddle through them a little bit, and it'll give you.
Well, some people don't realize that if they click on the region, it
Mhm.
pulls up just that region and not just the whole galaxy.
Ah.
Yeah.
That's the reason why I asked you. You didn't know how.
Oh, I wasn't sure. I haven't tried it for bios. I've tried it for other stuff. I didn't know if they just hooked it in.
Yeah, it works the same with BIOS.
Well, that'll give me some systems to just jump to.
Yeah, you may find one that we haven't found here around the bubble.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like the elusive brain tree that I've been searching for around here.
Oh, I hope I don't find brain trees out here.
Why? That would be pretty amazing if you found brain trees out there.
Because that means I'm close to a Thargoid site.
No, Guardian.
Oh, Guardian. Oh, okay. Well, heck, that'd be great.
As far as I know, no one's found brain trees out there. So that would be pretty nice if someone did.
Come on. Oh, hell. Round and round we go. Executing loop of shame.
Well, at It's a proper trace stream again.
I've been dodging them and dodging them and dodging them, and well, that time we looped.
Yeah, it don't look like they've found any brain trees out there. Or at least they don't have them listed.
Hmm.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
System map.
Hey, James.
Yes.
Drum roll. 400 tons, 620,449,600 credits.
Ching,
Wow.
ching.
2/3 of a billion.
Nice, nicely nested.
Yeah.
Go into the next one. Go into the next one.
It does make the reward for them seem like pretty trivial peanuts, though. You know, at the top 10%, I think I'm getting 14
Yeah,
million.
Yeah.
the credit rewards are crap for the CG.
Well, you know, they don't want to give you too much extra when they're already overpaying.
If
So,
you're the top 10 commanders, though, it's like only 24 mil.
so
It's
what?
really low.
Philip, I got 21 in. I've made 4 billion.
No,
The
I
guy
know.
that's the guy that's got 6,000 in there probably made 12 billion.
Yeah, the reward's secondary. I think.
Well, the thing is, they're paying what? More than double.
Yeah.
That's the real reward. The
Yeah,
Right.
the tier reward is just the cherry on top.
yeah.
They're paying almost 8 times the amount.
8
Right.
times. Oh my goodness. That's
A metal
insane.
alloy to sell it on the market anywhere is 195,000. They're
Mhm.
paying us 1,500,000.
590, isn't it?
What
So
is
it's
it?
almost 1.6. Like it's almost 200,000 compared with 1.6. So it's sort of 8 times in that ballpark.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
When did you pay
insane.
8 times standard wage?
Yeah.
When we did the ammonia world, and after that we got 4 times our exploration data.
I was talking about real life.
Oh. Well, probably if you're Elon Musk.
I think the highest I got was triple time and a half.
What did I get? I think I got you beat on that.
Oh, let's hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, they had I was working for a temp agency, and I was already on overtime going in, and they had somebody get sick who was covering another contract, and which was a third shift contract. So they had me. I finished the first shift, then drove home, got a quick bite to eat, drove to the other location for the other contract, and um, did the full 8 over there. So for
Nice.
so for that day, and actually for the rest of the week, because still had 3 days left in the week, um,
Yeah.
I was at 4x.
I got you beat, but it was because we were in quarantine. We got paid 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for over 60 days.
Oh, okay, you win.
You're in quarantine.
Yeah.
What from?
We were
System map.
doing a bridge at Lebanon, Missouri, and dug into an Indian burial ground, and the Indians of Missouri were known to have died from yellow fever.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they couldn't prove nor disprove that we got into the dirt, so we all got our asses quarantined.
Yep, can't have that getting back out again.
Nope. That's some nasty stuff.
So would you quarantine at home or?
Oh heavens, no. The company rented out a hotel. The whole damn thing shut the hotel down, had police guards outside of our door. We couldn't leave the hotel room. Our meals were delivered. Uh, they changed our sheets and stuff probably every 3 or 4 days. Handed us towels. They
What's a
set them on a
hotel? I hope
bench.
it'd be every day.
Oh, no, they didn't want them in there.
What kind of
They
hotel is
didn't. They
that?
they didn't come in to make our beds. We made our beds ourselves.
Is there no accurate test for that by now?
It's like a Motel 6.
No, why would there
It's
be?
like COVID. They put you on quarantine for 10 days.
And see if symptoms occur.
Jeez. They take blood samples and urine samples daily. They took our temperature. The people who walked up to us looked like they were from NASA. They had so much shit on.
Yeah, they had those.
Yeah, the hazmat suits.
Yeah.
And what was worse than that is when we went into our hotel rooms, the only thing they would let us keep is our wallets and what we had in our keys and stuff. And our clothes, our work boots, everything went into a red trash bag, labeled it, and they took it and burned it. They didn't give
Mm-hmm.
a shit if it had whatever we were out there could possibly be. So they took our shit.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you didn't have anything you consider precious on you.
Well, no, you got to keep your wallet and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, outside of that.
What would you have on you? I mean,
I don't
you
know.
know, your wallet and jewelry. I mean, wallet, jewelry, keys. Yeah, and they disinfect the heck out of those.
They just gave us a bottle of bleach and told us to have fun.
Yep, basically. They let you disinfect it. Okay. My wife used to work at a company that made test markers to test for certain foodborne
Oh, okay.
things, and she had to go home in paper clothes once.
Mm.
Luckily, the thing that fell over wasn't the flesh-eating virus,
Yeah.
which they had there, because one of the products was making markers to detect it.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Needless to say, nobody who went to work at that place ever wore jewelry at work or anything they cared about. And
Excuse me.
so,
Yeah.
they had to go in, the hazmat team had to go in and clean the whole building.
I'm surprised she didn't have to get changed in some other
She
clothes.
did in a paper gown. Did you not hear what he said?
Yeah.
She had to leave her clothes there at the job, and they put her in paper pants
They,
and scrub shirt. Yeah.
they tested
Better
her
than
clothes
Johnny.
back though, right? Why would they do that? Instead
It's
just toss it.
They take all clothes off you. Hey, Quantro. That's
Just
better than
like
it
they
was.
just like they did us. They took everything, our shoes, our socks,
Yep.
everything.
Shoes, socks, underwear, you name it, they take it.
Yeah.
You go home in paper, in
Your
basically
if they
paper
can probably
clothes.
get away with it, you go home in your birthday suit, but they
Yeah.
can't. So
Yeah, they got to give you something to put on
yeah.
after you go into,
You push to hold.
in my wife's case, that was after going to they set up basically a shower or decontamination facility in the parking lot,
Yeah.
and you drop your clothes off on one side, and you get anything like jewelry or purse or something like that, you get back on the other, because that was probably not contaminated. But I mean, they bleached the heck of it out of it, and sometimes if you had a cloth purse, well, it's now white. System map. They don't joke around.
What was really bad is that we had to leave our vehicles there on the job site because when we loaded up in the looked like a CDC van,
Ah.
and they took us to this hotel. The only good thing about the hotel room was every room had a door joining them,
Hmm.
Okay.
and so we could all get together and play cards
Yeah.
or
Lynn, can
watch
you
football.
answer Quattro's question, because
I don't know. How is the PvP and the PvE go?
I know we can't tell about PvP, but
We don't do PvP. PvE is going pretty good when we were doing it.
yeah, they were killing, the other guys were killing Thargoids while I'm out here by my carrier.
Right now we're doing a CNG collecting metal alloys. Killing it on the credits.
And the game, for the most part, is fun to play. The only bummer thing on my part is the planetary generation has been degraded. Most of the planets now are pretty darn bland.
Mm.
I'm just wondering because when you were doing on foot combat,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know if this changed or did anything for it, but you were having such a hard time with the FSP that you turned a lot of the graphics
Oh,
and the shading and
frames
stuff
per
down.
second. Yeah. No, the thing.
FPS too.
Yeah. Um, all of the deep canyons are gone.
Not all of them.
No.
Okay. Well, most
There's
of
one
them.
out there that Rusty Dog found one that would have been pretty good canyon running.
It's a lot harder to find, good features on planets for messing around on. There's still a few.
Find one or the other. It's either long or it's deep. It's hard finding one that's both.
Well, you know what, guys? You can always go back into Odyssey to do the canyon run.
Alright.
Or
Yeah.
Horizons.
That's why I'm doing a CD so it doesn't crash.
It,
Too.
Yeah. Well, I'm in it. I crashed a couple of times. That was it out of 400 tons. So I can't cry.
it certainly doesn't have the numbers it used to. I don't know. Depending on who you want to listen to, it's either running 60, anywhere between 40 and 60% of the number of people who were playing it. So not not as many people as they were. A lot of people got really frustrated because they released Odyssey too soon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just now at the point where they should have released it.
Yep.
It's reasonable, but not completely stable.
Well, the normal Odyssey content seems stable. What's the CGs, on the other hand, probably need some optimization on that front.
If people would stop parking their carrier in them, you'd find out a lot of your glitching and shit and your crashes would stop.
Mm-hmm. They have instancing problems, is what they've basically got. So if you get too many people jumping into and out of a particular system, like you do around the CGs, you get a lot of crashes.
But by all means, what is there, 400 billion star systems in this thing?
Yeah. Pick one
By
with
all
one
means,
damn
go to Star Citizen, Sky Citizen, whatever, where they only got one little bitty system for you to
Oh
explore.
no,
By all means, go there.
not me.
Yeah.
This is still the better flight simulator.
Yeah, oh, Star Citizen isn't even a flight simulator. It's not realistic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the flight simulation of the spaceships is what brought me to this game.
Yeah.
I just love
Players can-
flying it. I don't know.
I haven't. Listen, down to earth astronomy. He doesn't like the game anymore, but he still plays it.
Yeah.
Obsidian Ant, he's down. Oh, Elite's gonna
Yeah,
die,
he's
but he
gone.
still comes on.
Oh,
Exedius, Commander Exedius, the pirate.
he
I'm done with it. Da 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 da. But he comes on here periodically. As a matter of fact, he was on last night playing. Hawks Gaming is about the only one that stuck to his guns and said, "I'm done."
out of here.
Mm.
But every other one of my commanders that I follow, they haven't left, and they've got new members. So I don't think the base went down as far as everybody thinks it went down.
Yeah, I know. Mainly because there's literally nothing that fills the shoes of this game. Period. It's completely different than what else is out there.
What other game do you have to sit here and wait for 15,000 light seconds to happen?
What other game is a job?
Yeah.
Oh, plenty. There's plenty of MMOs out there that are jobs.
Pass.
Yeah.
Well, Crazy Glue, who makes it a job? The game or you?
Uncharted Waters is very much a job in this vein too, except it's not a space game. It's a real world 17th, no, 15th century game.
The person you nicknamed BB is back, Glenn. Hello, welcome back. Glad to see you.
Who?
As someone that uses the Cyrillic alphabet, and I have absolutely no idea how to pronounce that.
So why massacre his name when you can just call him BB?
Yeah, because there's a lot of B's in his or her first name.
Oh, okay.
Oh, they're mad now.
If they're mad, it's because you either fired at him or went too close to him.
Yeah.
What, the scavengers?
No. The ladybugs.
Space guppies.
Space
Lynn was saying if it's somebody
Lynn, you almost made me snarf.
Why?
Ladybugs.
Well, I mean,
They
they're on
look
the
like
same
'em.
planet. I mean, come on, Trace. Him and Philip are on the same planet. What is there to get mad at?
Mm-hmm. Yep, but just calling the scavengers ladybugs is that's just what got me.
Oh. It's like, what else is there? Ladybugs? Oh, man.
Because they kind
One
of.
of these days, Philip, you're going to have to take that lampshade off your head because I think it's too tight and your brain can't get enough oxygen to think.
You say scavengers, which means I'm assuming it's the scavengers. So
Space guppies.
Space guppies. You guys are giving them crazy names. I'm just not going to have anything to drink right now because one of you is going to come up with something that's going to make me lose it.
I'm trying to get the timing right just as you're taking a sip.
Well, I'm not for sure if they're kind of like a bird or a fish. I mean, sometimes the way they flap their fins, they look like a bird flapping. And then sometimes when they quiver them, it looks like a fish and their fins, and they're trying to swim through the water. So yeah, it could go either way.
Indeed.
Aren't you the turkey's tail feathers?
Oh yes, the turkey tail feathers, yes, or the hawks, yeah. Wait, they don't quite stick up high enough to be called a peacock yet, but.
No.
Although when they get pissed at you, they sure can ruffle them.
I shot a fragment close to one,
Yep.
and he went down to sniff at it as I was scooping it, and we had a meeting of the minds.
Actually, if you'd left it there, he'd have picked it up.
Oh, I didn't want him to. I wanted it. Mine.
I
Mine.
understand. I'm just telling you. He would have
Oops.
scooped it up.
Mine. I know.
Now, if you destroy them after they pick them up, will they drop it?
No. Don't think so.
I don't.
Okay.
Not that I've noticed.
I don't know.
System map.
Possibly, but not that I have witnessed, I guess I should say.
Well, you don't have a real choice of where you start at. You start in the newbie zone.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm in trouble.
If you want to see a reasonably recent progression out of the reasonably quick too progression out of the newbie zone, you can go back and look at the first few episodes of my
Wait, no, Darkwing Duck.
no, not Duck.
Angelo.
The Angelo Darkwing. That'll give you a pretty good look at how to quickly get out of, get a reasonable amount of money and get out of the beginner zone out to where you can do other things and get participating in community goals as quick as you can so that you very quickly get enough cash to get into the types of ships that you can, quickly progress up and quickly get to something that's capable. And after that, you A-rate it, and then it's all about unlocking engineers. And there's a lot of mini-max towards the beginning of the game. But if you look at Angelo, I mean, at the point he's at right now, he still hasn't got all the engineers unlocked, because every couple of weeks I'm running off and running off to a CG, because I mean, in this game you do whatever's hot. So the CGs, like the CG they're doing right now, they're going and collecting meta alloys and selling them for 8 times the standard price. So it doesn't even matter how far you get into the CG, whether you're,
Benefit big time.
as many as you sell, you're getting 8 times the value out of. So right now the hot thing to do is to sell meta alloys in the CG. Now, one advice I will give you as a new player is stay out of open.
Yeah.
Because there are more gankers in this game percentage-wise than there used to be. A lot of the people who left were not the gankers, because there's really no difference. I mean, combat is PvP combat. I don't think has changed all that much. You still have to develop yourself into a really good pilot. So.
And now you got on foot to worry about.
And now you got on foot. Oh. On foot. I like on foot. So if you're on foot, the first thing you want to do is get yourself into grade 3 gear as quick as you can find it, since you can buy grade 3 gear. And then you can go do combat zones to very quickly get money. Combat zone pay is really good.
But on foot and open would be suicide.
On foot and open would be absolute suicide because there's too many people in grade 5 gear.
Yeah.
What did you say your total was there, Phil?
What, metalloids? They were
Total.
423, now it's 480 or 490.
Okay, because the top 25% just kicked over to 401.
Oh, yeah, I'm still good. I have over 50 on me right now.
Deploy landing gear.
That's how Joe
Landing
made
gear
the
deployed.
top 50 for 1045. So I would need to lose the top 25 and then somehow completely lose the top 50, which is very unlikely.
One could only hope. Another thing is all the tutorials you have when you start this game, go through them and go through them and go through them until you're familiar with how everything works.
Yeah, they actually have some pretty good
Because
ones.
the game does give you tutorials for on foot and in your ship, so go through the tutorials till you can do them flawlessly.
Trace, you did the tutorials fairly recently post Odyssey, right?
Yeah.
What?
Is the last ship combat one still a pain?
Oh yeah, I didn't do the ship ones.
Oh, okay.
I did the on ground ones because I wasn't as familiar with the on ground,
Yeah.
and I knew I could fly a ship.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Yeah, it's coming up on 10 o'clock here. Quattro, if you want to come back, we can and ask some specific questions. Actually, okay, let me stop what I was going to say.
What happened?
Well, I forgot for a second that I'm going into surgery tomorrow.
Yeah,
So,
you're not going on.
there will not be a stream tomorrow night or Friday night. The next stream will be Saturday night at 8 p.m. And hopefully I'll be able to talk at that point. So I'll be more than happy. I mean, if you jump in, just start doing the tutorials, Quattro. Literally, I mean that you'll get a lot of good things out of that. And then if you look at the beginnings, maybe the first 5 or 6 streams out of the Angelo Darkwing, that'll give you a good overview about the beginning game. After that, well, it all depends what's hot. And that's really the thing about this game is it's always best to do whatever is currently the hot thing to do. Now, I'm not doing that right now because my carrier is part of the Deep Space Support Array, and it's out at its station out here. I'm due for my refit cruise to go back to Luctane, which is out by Colonia, and change the carrier services around to add the additional services the DSSA would like its carriers to have on starting July 2nd. I've got a couple of days to jump back there, a couple of days there to refit and do a couple other things, and then a couple of days to get back out here. So it's basically July 4 to 7 is going to be a marathon of, I've actually taken vacation for it, and it's going to be probably 16 hours a day.
Jumping.
Oh, not just jumping, but playing. Because, I want to get to the refit as quick as possible, do the refit. I've got a couple of things to do with ships. And then I need to refuel the carrier from the star carriers, and then jump, do a marathon jump session to get back out here. So it's going to be a heck of a week. But as far as new player stuff, I mean, take that's the whole reason I have the Darkwing account, is to show whatever the current meta is for quick ascension, to the point where, okay, you get some skill, you get some, you get a decent amount of money, you can get into, you can get, if there's a task you need to do, you can buy a ship to do it, and then you can begin working on your engineers. And there's literally so much in this game. I mean, what have I had Angelo for? Like 3-4 months, and and he's doesn't have all his engineers done yet. Whether it's either the on foot or the in-ship engineers, I don't have either set completed. But he's still pretty capable, and so you can kind of see the progression there. After that, I'm sure you'll have plenty of questions, and I'll be happy to answer them. In any case, though, I am out of time for this evening. I do need to get to bed so I can get up in the morning, get a couple of things done before I have to head off to surgery. So, yeah, I guess we'll call it a wrap here. So I'd like to thank everyone who came along for the ride this evening. It was great having you all along. Quattro, thank you for joining us on the channel. It's welcome aboard, and hopefully we'll be able to answer. Yeah. Thanks.
It's my pleasure.
Yeah, and please come back and ask questions. I'm more than happy to answer questions. I just think for the amount of information that you're going to need, going through what Angelo did in the beginning, and then going through the tutorials, preferably multiple times, you'll get a lot of your questions answered. So anyway, thank you for joining us, Quattro. BB, I really wish I could pronounce your name. Welcome back. Glad to have you. All right, and in the voice chat, we have James. Let's see, Hans. We'll get that straight one of these days. So James, Hans, Lynn, and Philip. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. It's great having you all along, as always. So, like I said, the next 2 nights are off. We'll pick this up again Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's all for now. This is Terrace Majestus, signing out.